Hello, everybody. It's so good to see everyone again. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. Fresh on, fresh off. So let's just go around the circle and get everybody caught up, because I know some of us have been doing a lot and it would be fun to hear. I'm very eager to hear about Sharon and what she's been up to. So Sharon, do you want to share first and give us an idea of what is going on in your life, and then how many people you want to bring into the circle, and a theme? I mean, let's just do it all.
Do it all. Yeah, because I was on mini vacation. That's a huge thing. I did a mini vacation several months ago, but I was sick. I had to waited so long that it was like not really a breather, just kind of a. So I've come to the conclusion that I can do a 2-dayer and totally have a great, wonderful time, but I need to do it more often. So I'm not so far down, a little bit more balanced. So it was great. And hot tub, Portland, granddaughter, daughter, old teachers at preschool got together and giggled a lot. And so it was a great time. I'm going to bring a 40 into the circle. And I want to bring in divine family sovereignty. Thanks, Cinda.
Sharon, do you want to take someone to come next?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Arlie.
Good morning, everyone. I've been thinking about Sunday's Ancient Ones. And the main message to me was that we think too small. In the chat, we were supposed to put in what we wanted to work on, and I put in lies and deceit, and a lot of other people put in stuff, limited stuff like that. We should have, or shoulda, woulda, coulda, okay? How about if we just put in drive out negative energy? Get rid of it all at once. Why not? And it seemed to me that was the message of the Ancient Ones. And boy, that certainly resonated with me. I'm all for anything that can be done instantly. I am all about instant healing, instant this, instant that. So yeah, that's basically what I've been thinking about. So I would like to bring in 18 people, that old sick cat, and the idea of thinking big. And I will choose Sue.
Thank you, Eileen. So I've been thinking a lot about the Ancient Ones too. And I'm still going to go with the power over, that I want to bring in the removal, disintegration of power over. And I'm bringing in 17 people. Was there something else?
You wanted to bring in the concept of the disintegration of power over, and yeah, and what you've been up to, and you've been thinking about that a lot. Is there anything else you want to add?
I put it, it's a long story, and I put it on chat, and the Ancient Ones had just really got me going. And so this morning I just woke up in a really bad mood, but I had a meditation partner who got me out of bed because I set my alarm later than our appointed time. Anyway, I'm feeling much better. And I used the meditation for breathing earlier. And I've gotten myself back on track, meditating on the Ancient Ones and how they say use us, but we have to meet them in the field. And what is enough and what is interfering, what I put into the field for them. So anyway, I have this whole story out there and I'm still working on it. Because what upset me this morning is I woke up, I want results, and I was just angry. So I'm getting all these symptoms of health issues, lots of symptoms of different health issues. And it's like, this is not my truth. This is not my truth. If I feed it power, it will become more than a symptom. And I don't want to go there. So people are urging me, you should go to the doctor. But if I go to the doctor, it's going to be one of two things. She's going to put a name on it, ask for more tests, then put a name on it, and that gives it power. So I keep breathing slowly and calmly, and that relieves a lot of symptoms, anxiety and anger. I want results. I want to see results. It's like, okay, so I'm here and I'm going to practice connecting to the ancient ones again, and we'll see what happens. So Audrey, where are you with all of this?
Wow. Hey, I loved your 7 dwarfs. I love that. I thought that was awesome. Wow, where am I? I just completed a 9-day process that I've been guided by spirit to do. I've been just trusting that it's part of what I'm supposed to do. And it's literally connecting to the chakras of the earth and putting blue ray pillars into each of the chakras and activating them, and then having Tesla connect with coils around the base of the earth inside the core of Gaia. And today we connected to the source of all that is, and it illuminated and encircled Gaia. And it's actually beaming out and creating a new blue flame grid around Gaia. And that all the lenses that are removed, and all the untruths and all the shields that have been put in place for people not to see what really is, are being disintegrated with this blue flame. Yeah, so it's been really interesting. Like the Yeti have been there, and I've been working with the Norns with it, which has been like really cool, and it's like a huge honor. But that's what I've been doing 9 days, and it's been a beautiful process. So that's what I've been up to. And today I bring in 7 situations, 41 people, 1 cat, and the word illumination.
You said 1 cat, 1 situation, 41 people,
7 situations.
7 situations, and illumination.
Yes. And I would like to tag Arlie. Kelly.
Thank you, Audrey. So fascinating. So I've been working with what I see to be the liquefaction of the Earth's core. So it's interesting that you said, Audrey, you're working with that. Because of the wobble I've been feeling for months, and I finally associated with the motion sickness, which has to do with the polarity. So I've been working with the liquefaction of Terra, specifically the Terra, Terra energy, as it relates to Gaia, but under the name Terra. And within the context of that, seeing the plates moving and tapping in, this is part of what it was just in another class, which has been an ongoing thing of where I can tap on the mantle, the plates, and with my little dragon claw, I can take a peek and move some of these pieces around. So working with my dragon claw, my finger tap, 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 and then peeling away what is to be birthed anew, really is what it is. And then within that, oh, there's so many other things. I won't go down the whole cosmic rabbit hole, but for me, that's where I've been. I've been also, yeah, no, I'm just I don't really know what else to say outside of the fact that I would like to bring in 2 dogs 2 4-leggeds. One situation and 3 people. And I'm complete. Cinda.
I hosted my son's fiance's bridal shower this weekend at our property at the Gorge. And we were expecting 25 to 28 people, and 34 people came. We didn't have enough food. We didn't have enough seats. But I had asked the 2 kids to send me stories of their courting process when they were studying abroad together in Italy. And they sent me some of the most romantic stories I have ever heard. And I took those stories and I created bridal games like Bridal Wordle and the Mad Libs version, which I called I Do Libs, out of 2 of their stories. And then I created 2 scripts for 2 different skits to be acted out for their first kiss and their first date. And it was so incredible. And it went off flawlessly, and everyone that showed up to support them, I mean, it was just so magical, I think. And so I'm swimming in that, and it was a weekend-long event that people stayed in our houses. It was just, I'm exhausted still. But I'd like to bring in the couple, so I'll bring in 2 people. And yeah, so I am, let me see, so that makes it 1911, 121 people for the 3 animals and 8 situations. And I am so excited because what came to me to do today is a lot of what you guys are already talking about. And so I just want to describe it really quickly, and then let's create space first and make sure that we're all safe and ready to do this work. And then I want to describe to you why I chose what we're going to do. And I'm going to make it up on the spot as we go along, but I'm going to, anyway, so let's just close our eyes for a moment, and with our backs straight, really claim and own the space in which each of us are in. And wherever we are on our journey is right where we are supposed to be, and have confidence in that, and have knowing in the power that is you, and that you are all, that we are all here, and you are here for a specific purpose and reason. And we call in the protection from our guardian teams and the guardian circles, the hazmat suits, and all of Sharon's protocol. We are so safe. And I ask that we be held and continue to be held invisible, so we can go out there and do the work and spread our love and expand and illuminate and take over and heal without the outsider energy seeing it, knowing it, being aware of it. May one day they just go, whoa, what happened, as they have been dismissed and sent off. So with that, we come back into our space and into our time. And so I want to just really quickly share what came to me. And that is that in my own protocol, in my own teachings, and especially in my 7 days of grace, I created a ritual for some friends that's called the Claiming of the Matriarch. And we own our power of the matriarch that we are. And I remember sharing my ritual with Sharon, and Sharon goes, you know what you're doing, Cinda, is you are claiming your sovereign right as an entity in a female bodysuit to get shit done. And I paraphrase, obviously. So then now we have started, what?
I didn't say shit.
No, I know, of course not. No, that's why I said we paraphrased. So then we have just introduced this new protocol, which Arlie brought up, which is this done, I am done, DONE, which is drive out negative energy. And so I thought, this is what the matriarch does. And when I've been working with clients, especially those who have already claimed the matriarchal role within their family, I tell them, you have the sovereign right as the matriarch of your lineage to go and protect, to go and remove, to go and release. I mean, anything that is happening within your lineage or anything that you see that you have a care for that matters to you. So I thought, let's combine all of this. And so what I'm hoping, and I think this is going to fall into alignment, which a lot of you have said, is to take you to that place and to your right and into your authority as a member of the divine family, using Sharon's protocol, as an entity within, a sovereign being within a female bodysuit. This gives you the authority and the right to declare, to step between, to say, no more, enough, done. And so with this protective shield that we have around us, and with this knowing that we have, and this desire for instant healing, instant, efforts seen, and our desire to claim our power. I mean, like what Arlie said, and what Sue is frustrated with, and what Sharon wanted to do with the divine family sovereignty, and Kelly with her dragon claw, scratch, scratch, and Audrey saying, let's just freaking illuminate this fucking planet already. Excuse me. I am so fired up right now. So I just want all of us to go on this journey and bring in your guides and land where your guides want you to land. And you might be on the border between Ukraine and Russia, and you're going to claim your sovereign being. You're going to claim your right. I'll walk you through it. You go where you need to be. Are you on Native American land to protect it? Are you protecting water? Where will your guides take you, where you will land on this earth, and you will claim the right to declare something different, to be done with the old way and declare what is new. Does that sound okay? All right. So I'm in favor of people keeping their videos on. But if you feel more comfortable with turning them off, I mean, that's absolutely fine. But I think that there is power in seeing us do this together. If you like your eyes open, I always open my eyes when I direct a meditation, although I'm not really seeing what's in front of me. But if you are ready, and you may turn off your videos, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but let's begin. So sitting in our power and in our strength, we breathe, taking our breath up and down our spine, waking up all of our grace centers, all of our energy centers, waking up our vagus nerve, breathing up and down. And now as the energy through a breath goes down our spine, we keep it going down our legs, down through our feet, and we anchor in to the Mother Earth. And we declare silently or out loud if you want, but you declare, I am a sovereign being of light and love. And I, being a sovereign being in a female bodysuit, gives me the authority and the right to be the matriarch, to be the power source, to be the healer, to clear, to release, to declare what is done. So own the power. Own the power of being a sovereign entity within this female bodysuit. Feel that power, own it. Own it as you are anchored into Mother Earth, as she is feeding you and will guide you to where she needs you to go. And bring in your team now. Bring in your team. See them, meet them, greet them. Are they your usuals, or is there someone new that is showing up to support you on this mission, this powerful mission? And now bring in the energy of all that is this divine energy from above, the source that created all life, the energy of your divine families, bring it down. And now ask to be guided. Take me. Take me to where I need to declare what is done. Take me and insert me right in the middle of the war zone, if you will. You will be safe. And look the opponent in the eye and say, not on my watch. So take this time to travel. Take a few minutes to see where you end up, where you go, and when you land, declare your authority and your right. In this female bodysuit, declare it done. Look them in the eyes and say, no more. So come back in a few minutes and Take the time to come back slowly. It's just over 4 minutes. Take the time to write anything down if you need to. Anyone, are people ready to share? Would anyone like to go first?
You had said we're going somewhere on Earth. We're going to claim the power. So I set myself up and immediately ended up at the sun. So I went around, what am I doing at the sun? What do I know about the sun? Nothing. So I traveled around to the backside of the sun, and there was a representation of a problem that looked like an orange target spot surrounded by duller colors. And I started to try to cover it and then realized that's not it. I just needed to say, enough, done. So I did that, and it started to shrink. And I thought, my directions are to do something on Earth. I need to get back. And I vaguely remember going a whole bunch of places and doing a lot of different things. But the last thing that I remember is bouncing from seat of government to seat of government to seat of government, like in the Congress on the day that the president is giving the State of the Union address when everybody is there, but in all these different countries, and just saying, done, enough, done, enough. And I got around to several countries before I found myself back here. So that was where I went and what I did.
Anyone else want to go, or Arlie, do you want to take someone?
Meg Audrey.
So my theme today and my other group in today has been religion. So they took me to the Vatican, to all these people standing there and saying, no more, we're done. We're done with the lies. We're done with everything. The truth is all being revealed. And then it went to Buddha, to the cube, that to the reveal all lies and show all the truths of what this planet is and who we are, revealing everything and not holding any truths back. Then it went to the maritime law and freeing all humanity from ownership and slavery. And then it went to ending all contracts of sole ownership and returning all sovereignty back to each soul. So I am complete, and I tag Sue.
Thank you, Audrey. So I was shown the consciousness of power over, that it's a consciousness all over the world and beyond. So I made the command that's enough. We've had enough. We're done. We're done with power over. And I saw not sure what I saw. Like something was disintegrating, and but energy doesn't disintegrate. So it's like, must be like the program within the energy disintegrated. And it's a very low energy power over. So I called in the ancient ones to, we need to be free of this consciousness so we can rise above it. We need to rise our consciousness up into peace and harmony and balance and collaboration, compassion, forgiveness. And that's where I left it. It was, so when you said you can start coming back, I was like, we're done. We're done with this. And I'm complete. So, Kelly?
What to say? So my little dragon claw was tapping on, I couldn't figure out what it was, but it ended up being, Audrey, you're gonna know it. I don't know, whatever the Pope wears on his head, that thing, that tower. Yeah. So, and the dragons go, this is it. This is it. This is your king on the chessboard. This is checkmate. This is he is that, the Vatican, Rome, they are all of it. And it's just, which I've known for, I mean, it all goes back to the church, right? In my opinion, it's my opinion. So I'm hearing these little click, 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 my little dragon claw, because my nails are really long now because my diet. So it's like, I can hear my click, click. So anyway, so got to be funny because this is how they show it to me. It's always very funny how they show it to me, even though it's not a funny topic, but it is funny in my mind. So then, so tap, 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 and then it kind of ended up being like Morse code. So I got to figure out what all that is, but there's so much more there, which I can't really articulate there. But what I have to just say, the fact that you mentioned maritime law, because in October, I've been very much just keeping this in my own space, but I've been going through the deep dive into maritime law because of the waters and the messages from the waters. And I'm in the process of going through my state nation, which is where I become my own sovereign being and I return myself to the land through the maritime laws that were originally established. And I'll be filing my paperwork probably by the end of this month, the first part of April, to return myself to the land through the Oregon State Assembly, which has to do with the maritime laws. So this is the first time that I've actually spoke about that. But the deep dive on that subject, along with my whole diet and everything, has all been shown to me through the eyes of the dragons and the water. So anyway, that's all I want to say. Thank you. Oh, it's so exciting. And who hasn't gone? Sorry, just you, Cinda?
Sharon.
Okay, sorry, Sharon.
That's okay. Okay, so I found myself in the middle of Ukraine, very aware that the outsider type energy is everywhere. It's in Ukraine, it's in Russia, it's in the United States, it's in China, it's everywhere. And so what I want to do is I just sense myself as a pillar, bringing in energy of the divine family, the Galactic Council. That's the pillar that I held in the middle of Ukraine, and calling for all the tentacles that are part of this huge network, whether it's the financial system, whether it's the political system, whether it's the military system. I mean, everybody has it. Right wing fascists here and there, and they're everywhere. And but I used that to say, okay, There are millions of tentacles, and the team, the PTO, the galactic group are to identify and go wherever they are from this point we call Ukraine, its agenda is to follow the tentacles and bring those in, to identify, neutralize them anywhere in this world or world of 8 dimensions, and absolutely exterminate their presence on this planet. And that they are to do it from this moment permanently forward until the goal is reached that outsiders are extinct. And so that's what I did. Thank you.
So funny, as I'm listening to every single one of you, my legs are not just crossed, but my ankles, like I'm this pretzel, and I'm, I'm like tying myself up in a knot, and I realize, what am I doing? And I realize it's because I am feeling so powerful, and being in here with all of you and just knowing, it's like people can only be pushed so far. And because the world is more supportive of energy right now than ever before, and we have all of these invisible team members like, do it already. I am feeling it. And I was afraid that if I didn't tie myself up in a knot, I would disappear from my screen because I feel like I'm ready to shoot off. Oh my God, I'm feeling like, that when people can only be pushed so far, and they stand up and they say, enough, done, I've had it. You cannot push me one more inch. The perpetrator doesn't know what to do with that. And it just tweaks them out. And I think that, we've been this way for a while now, and we're trying it, but with this energy of done, there is a wall. There is an energy, there is a done, truly done. You can no longer manipulate anything within me. And so I put myself right in front of Putin, and I too turned and did the same thing to the Ukraine. And it was like, whatever you got going on, be done. Be done. You're done. I'm done. I'm not impressed. It's like, who are you thinking you're impressing? Nobody. Done. And then I flew to all the different governments as well. And I specifically went to Texas, and I declared done there. And then I went to the places that are manipulating and polluting water. And so, Kelly, I was like declaring that done. And I was, oh my God. And I also, Audrey, went to the conspiracy theory like Q, and I said, may the truth be revealed. We're done. We are no longer going to tolerate being manipulated. And as a sovereign being within a female bodysuit, I can declare that those who are not aware that they are being manipulated, I will step in and I will declare it done for them. And may their eyes be open, and may their truth be illuminated. May the truth be illuminated. Oh my God, I feel like because I too, Sue, I am so frustrated. The work that we've done in the past, we've seen the results. We have seen the results. And it's like, why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? We're doing the work, we're showing up. But I think this new level of truly being done, we're not impressed. We're not impressed. It's old school, no more. Patriarchy, no more. Old government, no more. We are done. It's time for a new dawn. It's just time. Yeah.
I want to share something because I don't agree that we haven't seen changes, really. I don't agree with that at all. Last week, I don't think it was in a group, but last week what I realized that what I wanted to see happening is unity, as an outcome, unity and restoration. The things that are being destroyed, I wanted to see them restored. Within 2 days, another country said, we're coming in and we're rebuilding this cultural hall. 2 days later, Greece says, we're going in and we're rebuilding the hospital. So we do see them. I really think we are seeing things change. So
That is so, they're doing that in the Ukraine, Sharon?
in the Ukraine, as soon as it gets calm, they're going to go in, at least 2 so far, one going in a major cultural center and the other going in maternity hospital. Yeah.
And then from my end, with working with the stuff with the Vatican and the laser, somebody that is doing some big project, let's just put it that way, has people from inside coming out with truths. That was brought to my attention. So they're going to shine the light on like big truths that are going to be illuminated in a big way. So people are stepping forward, and there are changes happening for sure.
I just know, I mean, Sharon, I think I sent you 2 examples. Let's see if I can remember. But in one of the meditations, Elon Musk showed up and he was helping with whatever, with Ukrainian war. And then I saw a thing on Instagram, whether it was real or not, but he was making a plea with Putin about something. And I thought, oh my God, there it was. I asked him to get involved, and then there he was involved. And then, oh my gosh, I think I had thought about the media and how there's so much propaganda on the Russian and Chinese side that they don't really know what's happening if what we're being shown is accurate. And I just wanted the truth to be revealed. And then there was that video of a woman during, the Russian thing showing up with a sign that said no war, trying to tell the people what is actually happening. And so I know that there was little things like that, but man, that restoration is really exciting, and that coming from the inside out, that's the way it has to happen with those whistleblowers. Anyone else have anything they want to share?
I'm curious because I'm not involved in your laser focus and things of that nature, but has London come up, Audrey, specifically around the Vatican in terms of what kind of a seat is actually held and influenced specifically in London as it relates to the Vatican?
No, but I'm getting major chills, so I will definitely explore that.
Yeah.
Well, I know there's a connection. I'll deep dive into that.
Audrey, while you're doing your deep dive into this stuff, could you please look at the American Supreme Court, which has an abundance of Catholics and there's some Catholic cult, and there are a couple of practitioners of that Catholic cult on the Supreme Court too. And just take a look at that.
I will.
Thank
I know when I was going to try to change the laws in Pennsylvania, there was a senator who really was opposing it. So I connected with his higher self, and there were a lot of contracts in place. And at that point, I didn't think that I could go and release those contracts, but he had fear of his life and fear of his family's life. So I will definitely look into that. Yeah.
I am so grateful, Sharon. I've said this to you over and over again, for the protocol that you have taught us. It is just so freaking empowering. And this group of women that consistently show up to do this work, to change this planet for the better. And I'm just so grateful. Well, that was a quick, almost a little over 45 minutes, 50 minutes. Anyone else have anything they want to say before we sign off, say goodbye?
I do want to say about what this that I've been doing for the past 9 days. There was a lot with the water. So especially today when it was activated, it was the deep caverns, the water that's not even like known deep into Gaia, but even the clouds and the waterfalls, the oceans, and all of that. So I just wanted to let you know that was included too.
Can I share a little bit more? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So the whole liquefaction of the Earth's core has been sitting with me probably since the first part of January, when I started to feel like this wobble, and then I realized it was more of a motion sickness because I have a tendency, this is graphic, to leave a chum line when I'm on the ocean. So all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm on water. So I've been having a really hard time trying to put my own puzzles together, but I finally understood that it had to do with the liquefaction. And what I started to see, it was probably a couple of years ago, where I saw the sirens and they showed me the crevices in the mantle. But part of the journey within that was these valleys. I want to call them a bellow. A bellow is not the right word. Indentation, or an underwater river, or an underwater lake. But what I mean by that is just this, how they showed it to me was like a lake in the middle of the ocean. So what it really was what it ultimately ended up being, when I finally got the picture, was the fact that through whatever's happening in the liquefaction of the core is actually what's melting, has a lot to do with our global warming. And recently they released an article in the scientific whatever about the frozen ground in the Arctic, underwater, whatever. Sorry, I'm not a scientist, but it's thawing and it's leaving these lakes, these cavernous underwater recesses, because of the Earth's crust thawing, like the tundra is up in the far reaches of Russia, where you walk now, and the tundra waves because of the buildup of gases and things of that nature, but they're having the same thing happening. So the underwater lakes. I don't know why I needed to share that. I can't remember what led us there, but I'm sorry. But the water, I guess, is what I wanted to get to. But I think within the melting of it is an activation of a knowledge that was frozen. So there's a knowledge, a deeper expansiveness accessible to us, because the molecules that were frozen are now being released and accessible to us, whether it be through the tundra, the wishy-washies, whatever, or these underwater lakes that I see in my mind's eye. So it's a release of new knowledge in my mind. That's how I'm viewing it.
Reminds me of a story when we were up in Alaska on a sailboat. We went on, there's like 6 sailboats that sailed up to the Aleutian Islands, and then we returned them back. And it was an environmental trip, and my husband was the captain of one of the ships, and it was with the Rockefeller Jr. Foundation about global warming and all of that. And so they took these boats up, and then I flew in and took one of the boats back. And anyway, we took a little dinghy out to one of the glaciers, and we chopped off ice for our cocktails because, Kelly, we wanted to consume the ancient wisdom. And I've often had nightmares about the bacteria that got activated when I drank it, because it was that my body would not be familiar with. But it seemed so mystical and magical. And this was before a lot of my awakening, but we chipped off these big chunks, and each of us, and we took them back to the boats, and we had this cocktail party with the ancient ice,
Well, and I think that's why I'm going towards this this carnivore diet. So I've been 21 days of all red meat, really, for 21 days. And now I want to eat raw. They've told me from the very beginning to eat raw beef, but I haven't been able to get there. I haven't, that raw beef. I mean, I can eat raw tuna and things, but they were telling me from the very, very beginning to eat raw beef. And so I've still been sitting there, but I think it has a lot to do with this ancient wisdom coming back in. So I feel like I'm getting hit by timelines or Like, this is what we once did, and this is only what you need. And when I look at the scientific research into it, it's like protein, that's anyway. So, but I think it's that. So I'm curious what other people might pick up in terms of ancient knowledge. And Sharon, I don't know, maybe you have anything you can expand on that, but I think it's pretty flippin' cool. And I love the way I feel. I mean, I'm like thriving on this. And it was like my body just one day turned everything off. No sugars, no carbs, nothing. And it's just my body said no. It's like when I stopped drinking, my body said, no, you're done. So I don't drink. I still have my coffee. But I mean, I think there's something really significant to the earth and what's happening within that is altering my biological field. So anyway, I could talk all day. Sorry, guys. It's been a while.
Well, that's so cool because you are on the micro level declaring what you're done with. And we're trying to take that to the macro level of what we're done with. So even that is pretty remarkable, that your body's saying you are done with this and you are done with that. And you have absolutely no issue with being done with it. I mean, that's how powerful being done is. You just shared an example on a deeply personal level. Wow.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that what we're in right now is such a major Pluto time. And Pluto is all about surrender and go to a higher level. When I re-listened to what the ancient said last Sunday, it's like, hit higher and then hit higher yet. And then go higher yet. That's Pluto. And so this Pluto, boy, if you're working with a Pluto energy and you're working with it, understanding it, and listening, that's what it sounds like to me. And how we each listen to it, what it is, where it's lifting us or calling us is really important. Because if you don't follow, I mean, if you don't move with Pluto, you might end up on a surgery table, because it's not a gentle energy. It's moving you up higher. And if any time is needing those higher visions and ancient wisdoms and all of those things, this is the time. And besides, Kelly, I just wanted to tell you, I love your dragon breast.
Looks like scales. Uh-huh.
Thank you. I will wear this jacket more often now. Thank you.
Oh, you guys, thank you. Thank you so much for everything. Anyone else want to share something before we sign off?
Thank you, Cinda. It was beautiful. Always great to be with all of you.
I just want to remind everybody that, what we do isn't just happening on Monday afternoons, right? You can claim this matriarchal role and done in any environment that you're in any moment that you're in. Just the power of the woman and the matriarch when she sets her foot down. It's like, we're done. The mama bear. Yeah, don't mess. Not on my watch. So carry it forward, everybody. Oh, I'm so grateful. So grateful. Have a beautiful rest of your day.
Thank you, Cinda.
Thank you, Cinda.
Cinda.
Lovely. Hi, everybody.
Thanks,
Bye.
everyone.
Lovely.